Hello everybody, hope you've been well. In this session, I'll be demonstrating my go-to hip stretch, either before, during, or after a long day of sitting and or standing. We'll be using a block, just your standard yoga block. And if you don't have a yoga block handy with you, I'll also demonstrate using a rolled up blanket. So get creative. You can use a pillow, maybe two pillows, a foam roller if you have one laying around. Anything that can help support lifting your hips up. We'll start laying down on our back. So lay down, bringing your prop with you. Plant your heels down and then lift your hips up into a bridge and slide your block underneath your sacrum, which is the flat part of your spine. Notice if the block's in your low back, it'll dig and won't be the most comfortable. So slide the block down and you can take your time to adjust this. You can also place the block on the middle setting if you want more height, more space in your hips. Again, take your time to set this up because we're going to be here for a while. Once you find your spot, lift your legs up towards the ceiling. This is called legs up the wall pose. Also great to just hang out after a long day. I like to wiggle my legs to loosen up my legs, my hips. And then pull your right knee gently towards your chest using your arms. Point your toes, and as you pull your knee in, exhale, lower your left toes forward and down. So you're reaching your toes forward as you pull your knee towards your chest. And this is it. It's okay if your left knee stays lifted, if it doesn't reach the earth. That's totally cool. You'll find as you stay here and breathe, eventually your heel lowers and maybe it does touch the earth later on. As long as you feel a stretch in the front of your left hip, your hip flexor, then you're doing good. And stay here for however long you still feel the stretch. So that could be a few breaths, that could be a few minutes. When it feels ready in your body, inhale, lift your left toes back up. Release your right leg to meet the left, legs up the wall. Perhaps shake it out. And then switch to the other side. Pull your left knee towards your chest. Point your toes. Exhale, reach your right toes forward and down. As you pull your left knee in, extend your right toes forward. Allow the breath to loosen the fascia, the connective tissue in your hip flexor. Take it as far or as gentle as you'd like. You don't have to pull your knee in as much as I do, of course. Again, as long as you feel the stretch in your hips, then you're receiving all the benefits. And stay here for however long you still feel the stretch or longer. I usually stay a little longer on my right side just because my right side tends to be tighter. So listen to your body, what your body needs. When this side feels ready, inhale, lift your right toes up. Release the left to meet, shake it out, and that's it. You can stay here, or if you want a little more, you can do a full restorative, supportive bridge, extending both legs long, arms overhead, and just completely disengage onto your block. Our hip flexors, which sit in the front part of our hips, and just our hips in general, endure a lot of pressure in our day-to-day lives, whether we're sitting, standing, walking all day. They spend a lot of time contracted. And so stretches like this, which counter the contraction of the hips, are really, really beneficial because that's basically the idea of yoga, is to undo the conditionings of our bodies. So allow yourself to receive this medicine to restore your body's true posture. When you're finished, just simply replant your heels down, lift your hips up, slide your prop from underneath you, and gently roll your spine down onto the mat. Roll your knees side to side. And then here I'm just showing what it looks like using the blanket as a prop. It's a little softer, so there's not as much pressure on the back, which could be a good thing depending on how sensitive your back is. So still just as juicy. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up for your practice. I hope you found this helpful in some way. If it did, please let me know in the comments, and if you have any questions, also let me know. May the merits of our practice benefit all. Thank you, take care, and be well.